Right, good evening everyone. Little delay to start comms there, but just followed some laps. Been quite an interesting quality session so far. At the moment Foster's got pole position by almost second, but got Brian with us, flown back from London for this race. How's your day been, mate?
Good evening. I've been super busy, but this will be a welcome break from it all, even though I was late, and hence that's why we're late starting the comms.
Coulthard's in the chat there. I don't know if you just let us know if the audio is okay.
He's given us what I think is a thumbs up. That's what it looks like anyway, so I'm assuming we're all good to go.
Interesting. Goldie's ping's just gone up. A few people's ping's a bit high. Leonovic is.
He's got something up for a while, I would have thought. Say that, he's an admin, I'm allowed to say that. Yeah, sounds good from Coulthard. Thanks, Coulthard.
Right, I'll just focus in on some laps here. So Kinsey, where is he? P6 at the minute, he's about to go over the line. A few McLarens starting to work their way up that leaderboard as the track's kind of almost damp, I think. It's on the borderline. It's going to rain a bit more soon, so...
There was talk that there's
P4
a fine... Oh, well done. There's a tipping point, is there not, with the McLaren? It'll handle a bit rain, but nothing crazy.
Once it gets to... If it gets to flooded, then McLaren really struggles, apparently, so... It's possible that could happen as well, but Gott's gone pole now. Just snuck it by half a tenth. So Cousins,
so that's
it's Goldie and Leona Vicious. I don't know how to say that properly yet. That's the first time I've seen that name. But they've all got high ping for some reason. It's never a good sign.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I wonder what that is. Hopefully
Foster's taken pole by second now. It's in the 17s.
Oh, and Kinsey's just lost it.
I was watching the leaderboard rather than the action on track there, so we'll find Connor Beers just going past the new pit exit. But,
was that Stowe that Kinsey was coming right and just lost it? Fast right-hander?
Yeah. He could get back out there though. The wet tyres warm up quicker than the dries on the GT4. So yeah, we got a bit of a battle for the win here. So at the minute I think it's GDC leading by 2 points to Intercon, and then BMR and Invictus about 10-15 points back from those two as well. So
BMR guys are Leona Victus is leading them in 14, so
yes, it's
they probably need
Cosa Nostra is his game tag. He's been raced for us recently, but he has done before.
They probably need to get themselves higher up the starting order if they're to have any ambition of overall success.
Yeah, it's looking good for Intercon at the minute on pole and P4. Goldie's in the pits, they're probably not going to set another lap time now. You'll be hoping that track is not getting any better, which I don't think it is. I think potentially this could be a bit more rain. Now it's just flipped over, so... Unfortunately with D-Money is unfortunately hasn't worked in the server settings. I should say D Hatcher, but he's a GDC driver, so we'll just call him Hatcher instead of D-Money, just for your information there, mate. You can remember that.
I'll try. I was trying to see if I could see him. I can't see him in the...
Who's that?
Hatcher.
Yeah, well that's D-Money. His server hasn't... Shug set it up, but it hasn't worked for some reason. It's worked for everyone else. It hasn't worked.
Oh, sorry, I see him in 7th.
Yeah, it's a good position for him to start in.
Yeah, and 22 guys out on track. Are we expecting any late joining, or have we had a few call-offs? Because I think I've seen 26, 27.
Yeah, there should be 27, but there's had a few late dropouts. So I think we probably should be getting 24, 25. So there's possibly a few more there. Yeah, there shouldn't be 5 missing, let's put it that way. Should only be 2 or 3. But that's out of our control now.
Still leading us round. And got in the McLaren. Oh, Vizina.
Rooms in the BMW.
What?
He's racing for the Euro team because Axie had to drop out.
Alright, okay, yeah. Good car choice here. I think BMW will do okay here. I think it'll do really well if it gets a bit wetter than it is right now. We start to see puddles.
Yeah, it's got a heavy car, isn't it? So it handles those conditions quite nicely. So yeah, the last laps now, everyone's on pretty much. I don't think Neil might make it, just to be the last to cross the line. He's got 30 seconds, should make it. I think he'll be the last one. Kinsey's behind him, he might not make it, I don't know. So Broom currently 4.1 off pole position. Quite a field spread in these conditions. Long track. Goes up one spot there, found 7/10. So here come
Kinsey coming.
He's going P3. Wow. He's made the. He can do
Wow.
another lap as well. I didn't see the car number there. Lico. Was it Lico? No.
Unsworth doesn't make it round, so
Oh yeah, that was
he
Unsworth.
was the car after Kinsey. Yeah.
Messina's the next one on. Lico's gone P4. Messina's the next car. So Little One's going to be the last car over the line here. Wonder if is the track going to be good enough to improve?
Is it drying out, do you think?
It's just getting a bit wetter now. It started kind of almost damp, I think, with those times.
A little flash the lights from Joey Vizina there for us.
Oh, Gott's coming around now. Will he fancy taking a second? Taking a second out of his time and get pole position?
It looks like he's pushing it. He's certainly still trying, and he's must be going quicker. There's a big cut there. That
2/10 off.
2/10 off. Good lap from Gott here.
Cousins now coming around.
And Coulthard saying having issues getting connected. Red light in the bottom. Wonder if others are having the same. I had that.
Yeah, I did have that earlier actually. I just turned the experts off and on the wall and worked after that. Cousins coming around now.
Great.
He's 6 at the minute. Could get on the second row. Doesn't improve there, stays 6th. 28, is that Creek?
So we have 28. Who is that? Is that
Creek, he's
Creek?
and then we've got Broom
Then we got
and Kinsey. So Creek 4.1 off currently, finds a lot of time, 1.6 seconds, goes up to 14th.
well, Skunky's done well on the BMW 8th, and then we've got Gruner 12th in it.
Yeah, I don't think Skunky's done many wet races in the wheel yet either as well, so I think he's in for an experience.
Yeah, I think they'll have to keep an eye on the weather. They could be ones to watch.
Kinsey then, what's he going to do? Didn't find any time, stays P3 but
Didn't find any time. P3 from Kinsey.
good conditions for the Porsche there, almost drying out, but especially at the start of that session. It could be a lot wetter in the race.
Yeah, and Coulthard is pointing out beautifully in the chat that switch it on and off again. That was your advice.
Yeah,
yeah.
the old classic. Do you want to just go through the order there for us, mate? If you could.
Oh yeah, I can do. Yeah. Let me just. Yeah, let's have a look. So yeah, Foster takes pole with a 2:17.7. Gott in second, and rounding up the top 3 is Kinsey, 1.3 off. So Foster and Gott second up, and everyone else. Then we got Kinsey, Lico, Vizina in 5th, Cousins 6th, Williams 7th, Skunky 8th, Hatcher 9th, teammate Connor Beer 10th, Gruner 11th, Unsworth 12th, with his teammate Creek 13th, Goldie 14th, Gillies 15th, Broom 16th, Leon Invictus 17th, Zilokowski 18th, Privet 19th, Mackay 20th, and Sign 21st. I think we've had another car drop out, I'm not sure. Not sure what's happened there. But yeah, that's That's our grid for tonight's team battles.
Yeah, have a look who's missed out, because it's disappointing to lose 6 drivers when everyone was checked in. But we'll go after that after the race. Got a good race anyway here. Just hope everyone sticks out, even if they have a spin or an incident. You might have to go to the pits and fix a lot of damage, but there's points all the way down, so it's final round. Simon's starting at the back, which is an interesting one.
And then I'm just seeing D-Money wants you to refer to him as Big Daddy D for the error with the servers. So
I won't be doing
I'll
that.
call him Hatcher.
It wasn't my do. It's Shug's responsibility, that, so he can deal with that.
And 2 mandatory stops tonight, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Is there anything forced when they stop? Can they take on fuel and tyres, or?
They can stop whenever they like, and they just have to change tyres. They can refuel, or they can do what they like with fuel, essentially. But they've just got to change tyres twice at least.
And what would you do, fuel-wise?
I think you're going to have to... I'd probably put an hour's worth of fuel in it at the start, just because I don't know what's going to happen.
I was thinking the same. I would just ram it full of fuel.
Looks like it's going to be it's going to be almost... It looks like it might get dry in 15 minutes. Wow. This is going to be interesting.
Oh yeah, so yeah, if anyone's noticed that on the grid now, it's now worth putting in 35 litres.
30 seconds.
I still might want to stick more in, but you never know what's going to happen, really. But I wouldn't worry about fuel too much. I don't think your fuel level is going to affect your lap times massively.
And the other news, I guess, is important to you. Ipswich are getting beat.
Just noticed that. I'd like to see Argyle winning, but yeah. It's a bit of a turn up for the books, that one. Port Vale taking the lead there. I think it'll be a tough second half for them. But we'll try and focus on the race tonight, even though there's some big football results coming in. We
Just
also
checking
might
the
have
chat.
Coulthard might be joining the comms at a certain. I might disappear for half an hour and have a look at that. Maybe just direct things in the background and come back. Let Coulthard have a little comms stint.
All right, okay.
So I believe he's PC less at the minute. He's expected to be sent off for repair, so he's back with us plebs on Xbox.
Sent off repair. I hope he microwaved the hard drive. Don't him get a chap on the door.
How is showing as done both his pits? I'm guessing that's some sort of error.
He's not showing that for me.
It's when I go press drive, it's got a green thing next to his name, but I'm pretty sure that's some sort of error that will sort itself out. But.
So, yep, Max leads us round. Weaving.
So,
Hope
I mean,
no one
I haven't got
drives
all
through
the
Kinsey.
team information in front of me, but obviously the top 2 teams going for this team title are Intercon and GDC, and the 3 drivers for each team you need to look out for is Foster, Kinsey and Goldie for Intercon, and Gillies, Connor Beer and D-Money for GDC. But
Who's Privet driving for?
he's driving for SWSR Tango. His teammates are Richmond, who I think he might be one of the drivers missing, and Zielikowski.
Oh, right, okay. I'd seen Zielikowski with the TNG.
Yeah, I've not heard from
And,
Richmond. I don't know where he is. But,
Well, it's not like him as well. So, I think the car to choose here, I think the safe choice overall would be the Aston. I think there's no surprises in that. It's not bad in the dry or the wet or in the changing conditions. McLaren, if it gets dry, will be unstoppable, I think. I think the Porsche will be good. It can just force you, though. That's the issue, isn't it? Just at any moment it can decide it's going to throw a curveball for you.
Golf was just asking, what's the car to have in these conditions then? I think if it's drying, I think the McLaren's going to be very fast.
I would say so. So if it's drying, the McLaren.
And
If it's outrageously wet, the BMW.
Yeah, Porsche's probably going to prefer it drying as well, I'd say.
I think the car not to be in is the Ginetta.
Yeah, I've not seen it dry in any session in practice, and suddenly in 15 minutes it's going to be dry, so it's a very interesting start to this race.
Everyone spent, I think this is the most practiced I'd seen anyone put in across the whole thing.
I don't know if everyone has actually practiced dry, it even has the pressures for dry, so...
That's what I mean, everyone practiced the wet and made an effort to do that.
Yeah.
Steve's saying in the chat he wants it wetter. Well, he's obviously not looked at the weather. Oh, the weather's changed.
Has it?
It now looks like... Oh yeah, it looks like the rain's going to ease off and then come back on a bit heavier at the 15-minute mark now, so doesn't look like we're going to get dry.
Well, it might be dry for like 5 minutes, but not long.
Saying that, with 22 cars out there, they are going to clear a dry line, so...
So we have a nice clean start. Green light's going to be very soon.
Green light,
Here it is.
green light. Go, go, go.
And here we go.
1 hour 50 begins.
Yep, as Max leads them all round, followed by... Is it followed by Lico there? Then
Gott.
Then Kins.
Gott is second.
Alright. Has Lico managed to...
Lico's third, yeah, I think he's in that McLaren, yellow McLaren.
Yeah, he's in third, yeah, he's got himself ahead of Kinsey, that's what I'm seeing, yeah.
Everyone seems to have got... Oh, say that just as there's a little spin there. Looks like Zielkowski and somebody had a little contact there. I think it was Mackay.
And they're back underway.
Gott's making
Frustrating. Frustrating this early on, but...
plenty of time to catch up. We've got going again.
Yeah, yes, it's a long race. And Gott's putting Foster under a bit of pressure. Welcome.
Yeah. Cousin's got high ping, but his car's not moving around with my screen anyway too bad.
Yeah, this is clearly an issue with this. With this, the ACC servers, isn't it? If people struggle to get in, we're seeing...
He's looking a bit crabby there, actually. I don't know. Hopefully it's not too bad, but with the drivers around him, that's the only worry.
You see Goldie's... I don't want to commentate on people's ping, but that's Goldie's ping creeping up again.
It is, yeah. He looks a little more stable than Cousins in terms of what his car looks like driving. Cousins isn't jumping around, it's just looking a bit crabby, not natural.
So anyway, we got a bit further down, we just got Williams having a run at Connie Beer.
Broom's dropping down the order.
8th and 9th.
Oh, there's a sign off in the background there, I think.
Yes, that seems quite out of...
He didn't qualify, he just... I don't think he's done any practice.
Alright, okay, so that's one to watch. Do you think he'll maybe mature, speed up a bit through the race as he finds his feet? It's right on the back of Gillies.
Shug's right on the back of Hatcher as well. Our new driver in the SWSR server.
Yep.
He's got to
yeah, he's come over from GDC, isn't he? That's who he's representing tonight.
Yeah, his colours are very distinctive. So, just got... Ooh.
Oof.
Purple McLaren
Creek.
in the background there, just
that
pushing.
creak in the purple McLaren just... Oh, we're right, the weather has changed
his car
a bit.
chugs in the grass a little bit there, he got back on, but going to lose a lot
We're
of
gonna
time.
have 10. We're gonna have 10 minutes where the weather dries. So
Yeah, it's going to be dry for 10 minutes, so it's not going to be. It's going to get to damp. But I think they can deal with wet tyres still, and then they'll start raining more again after that. It's going to be interesting for the guys to deal with this early in the stint, close together.
yeah. We need to keep an eye out here just for a bit tyre management. I think we'll start seeing guys going offline.
Symes just touched the back of the creek there.
Goldie's getting a run on D Money. Oof, and Creek wide again.
Creek's pushing. Richmond's now here, but it's going to be a couple of laps down. But you never know. There's points all the way down in there as well, so keep going.
Yeah, at least he's turned up. Yes, shows a bit of dedication. So Max is leading us still. I think trying to remember my corners. I think, but Max is taking them around Luffield. Is that the last section? Followed by Gott. And then Lico back from his travels. He'd been away in Portugal for a week there over Easter. And then Kinsey's found a bit pace and started to hassle Lico now.
Yeah. Porsche's
We need to stop being surprised. We need to stop being surprised at Kinsey's pace. It's not a one-off now. It's quite consistent. We see him up there.
Yeah. Just hope he can do it for an hour and 45 minutes, because there's a good chance that, as things stand, Intercon are looking very good for the title.
Tell you what, the battle for 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th is all...
yeah, that's a creek, isn't it? Is in there. Syme,
yeah,
Brunnett.
it's a train of cars now, so
Goldie's got past
every
D-Money then.
Yes, he has, yeah. Every straight, when you see it, the cars just fan out as people try to get out the spray, I think, and just try and sight the creek's going to make a money on
Goldie's
D-Money.
got past Unsworth as well. So Goldie's up to P10 now. I think, no, sorry, is that Conor Beer? Sorry, I'm getting mixed up between Conor Beer and Goldie there, sorry. It's my bad.
Yeah, it was Conor Beer, yeah. So, I think what we have is Creek going by D-Money, and I think Symes just went past D-Money as well. And then because Symes put D-Money right off the racing line, I think what now happens is D-Money now, I don't know what to call it, Hatcher, yeah. Hatcher now has Gruner for company, or is that...
Syme, I think.
No, I think Symes passed him.
Right.
I don't think it's updated yet.
Syme's making some serious progress, isn't he? He's starting at the back, he's hustling Creek now, going around the outside. Shug's not just there in front as well.
Shug will try and get a little scarper on, won't he, and just try and get away from this pack, but I think Creek's reeling them back in.
Needs to go wide on this corner. I think Creek's done it.
Oh,
It's gone in too deep. That's such an easy corner to go
way
wide
too
in.
deep.
In the wet, it's just if you brake too late there, it's never coming back. Can he re-enter?
It joins quite aggressively, but gets away with it.
Gillies won't be happy if
There
he's
will allow
stuck in
guys
that.
to run by him, but
It's all a bit tight there now. Podrick Post or Armstrong's there as well.
Armstrong, yeah, he's got...
Nowhere to go really.
I thought we were going to try and go 3 wide there. I thought Steve might have outbraked him there.
So it's on to damp now. So for 5 minutes at least, this is going to get drier and drier. These wet tyres
I think we
are going to get hot.
I think we could see an actual proper dry line form.
There's no spray, is there?
But there's no spray. You can already see. I'm watching
Let's go on board a minute.
Foster coming down the hanger straight there, and there's a dry line. You can now see already.
Are these wet tyres going to get too hot? They're going to have to pit.
Well, that's now the question. The track temperature is 26. We've got 22, 23 cars going round. It's not going to I think we could see proper dry line here, and we could see people driving about on red balloons for 5 minutes. I don't think it's worth coming in though.
Well, racing anyway.
Yeah. Will someone?
It's still
Will
lightly
someone
raining,
try-
but not enough to do much of anything. Unless that's a spray that's
In the
wipers.
chat, yeah, Cota's saying, will someone risk it? I don't think you can this early. I think
Maybe when it gets wetter again, then you change the wets if they're not coming back to life properly. Go another set, but you're going to have to see it out, I think. I don't know if your mic's just a bit close to your mouth, mate, but you're getting a lot of kind of breathing noises and things.
aim for a certain service. Is that any better?
Yeah.
Unsworth now just starting to hassle Connebeer, and Skunky in the BMW now looks like he is really struggling. Now the track's dry and Hugh in the BMW is struggling.
Oh dear. There's going to be phases, isn't there? You just got to have to stick with it. He's going, look, he's hunting for the wet line there, Skunky.
Yeah, you can see that already, yeah, trying to get a wet line going. Trying to get those tyres cooled. Now, is this just up ahead? Max has started to pull away from Gott a bit.
Yeah, I'd imagine they're all in a managing phase now. It's not the best time to be going all out for overtakes. You're going to have to do some tyre management. So.
Yeah, we've got Kinsey and Cousins are now right up at the back on Lico. They're trying to put a little bit of pressure under them.
Cousins' ping's come down a little bit.
I was just going to say that, but
it's just gone up again.
Yeah. So we'll look at. Oh, Richmond's still just sat in the pits. I wonder if he'll.
Yeah, he's not coming out.
Head out at any point.
He's going to do some laps. He's going to get points. Do get at least kind of 5 or 6 points for 23rd. So depends how much you want those points. You have to do some laps for him though.
Yeah. Yes. There we go. So at the back we've got Mackay just chasing down Zilakowski. Zilakowski a fair bit off the back of Privet in the Aston Martin. Room just dropping back a bit as well, but
we've got Simon behind Connebeer after the last race. So.
I think I'm not sure who. That Broom that just lost the back end of the BMW as well, I think I seen.
Goldie's gone backwards a little bit there as well.
Or was it? No, I think it was Grunert maybe that had an issue. BMW swap
Simon's going
ends
for a
on
move on Connebeer. I think Connebeer's gone a bit wide. And Simon goes through.
So we called that, Simon would manage to come through. In these testing conditions, Max is actually pulling away from Gott.
Yeah, rain's going to increase now. It's starting to rain more again. In 15 minutes it'll be probably raining. So Skunky's pitted. Is he going to stick on there? Dries or wets?
Good shout. This. I wish we could tell by the sticker colour. That would be fantastic. All I can think is
now.
The only reason he can be pitting right now is because he's wanting to just adjust pressures. Car's not on the ramps though.
Cousin's internet seems to have sorted itself right out now.
I'm just watching Skunky. I'm not sure he's up on the ramps. He's just stopped in the pits.
Let's see.
It's one to keep an eye on. Foster still just slowly pulling away from Tamp's track still damp. I'm just trying to see if we do have a dry line anywhere. Oh, Skunky's coming back out, but he's not done a stop.
Oh dear. Oh dear. He's not going to get a penalty, is he?
Not sure what's happened there.
He's done a refueling stop.
Not
Unsworth's got a good
not-
run on Connor Beer. Just focus on the racing. Skunky sort himself out.
Just tucks in behind him, doesn't he?
Yeah. Shug's just there watching as well. Background.
Yeah, if the guys get a little bit too adventurous, Shug's just waiting to pounce. I would say we're coming up to 15 minutes, just past 15 minutes in, and the cars are still quite well grouped considering the conditions.
Yeah, the top kind of 7 or 8 have pulled away, haven't they? But
Then
there's
after that, they're all on the hangar straight together.
Simon might fancy catching them slowly. It's a long race. He's come from the back of the grid to 8th in 15 minutes.
I think I'm going to suggest. I think Simon's definitely got the pace.
In these conditions, it's going to get wetter there. We don't know how wet it's going to be in 15 minutes. It's going to rain more, and we don't know where it's going to get really bad or it's going to get drier again.
He's now just lapping on his own, so if he can just get in the groove here, up ahead of him, Vizina, Williams, and Kinsey are all kind
Kinsey
of
lost some
close
time
enough.
He's dropped behind the battle. He's 5th now. So,
They're kind of all close enough together to be keeping an eye on each other. So
Kinsey's in the great spot though. He doesn't need to worry about whether he finishes 4th, 5th, 6th. You know, any of those would be really good places, really. So just keep his head screwed on. Got a GDC fan in chat. Can't quite read the name.
yeah, just seen that. Yeah, it looks like it says TDI Bloopy.
Okay.
Oh, good evening, TDI Bloopy. As a GDC fan, you'll need to see Connebeer, Hatcher, and Gillies do well.
Unsworth is really following Conor. I think he just touched him a little bit there. Tiny little touch, but just see the McLaren just like he just lost control for a split second.
Shug's getting right up on the back of them as well now. Track conditions still damp. Not seen any spray, but I was watching some of the angles where you see the track, and there's no longer a dry line. So
yeah, it's getting wetter.
Yeah.
Which is going to suit different people. Some people who have lost places are going to now start getting quicker again. It's the duty of a dynamic race.
Yes, I think the BMW boys will start to do okay here.
Skunky's in the pits
sure
again. He's done it pit this time.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure whether Gruner was defending there or trying to seek water.
I wasn't watching.
Privet is hassling Gruner at the now though. He's right behind him.
Broom's winning the Broom Shark v Broom battle in this race at the moment.
Yep.
Just ahead of this battle.
Saying. And yeah, Privet's doing him a favour here actually, because Gruner was just catching Broom quite quickly there, but he's now defending and it's stabilised the gap. And we got Armstrong having a go on Hatcher. Porsche for Porsche.
Mackay's coming in the pits as well.
I don't know what people's thinking there is.
5 minutes is going to rain. It's going to be raining properly. So I hope they haven't put dries on.
I don't think they would have, would they? Certainly looking at Hugh Skunky, he doesn't look like he's got dries on. He's
got a lot of work to do now. He's on an extra pit stop. He's just done 2 pits, hasn't he? So where is he now? Is he in the pack, Skunky?
He's actually just...
He is in the pack though, but he's in a decent spot in the pack. But yeah, he's in the middle of the pack, lapped.
Yeah.
Ideal, but just keep up with the guys in front of him because that's the lead group. And things could come back to him in the future. Things going to happen. Is it
Connebeer And Unsworth still battling away. Unsworth is ahead of Conybeer now.
Big battle for P4.
Yeah.
Cousins behind Lico, Kinsey and Williamson close right up. So it's 4-way battle here for P4. McLaren, Aston, Porsche, Mercedes. 4 different cars. 4 different teams. Oh no, 2 different teams. There's 2 Invictus drivers there.
Yes. Is it any use having a teammate in there with you?
Sometimes, but I can't tell you in this situation whether it is. It looks like there might be a move on Kinsey here at the inside. Yep. Williams stuck at the inside there.
And in the chat, we got asked the question: how long does a full tank last in the GT4?
I think they could do an hour and a half at least, maybe more. But
certainly, a tank of fuel would outlast the tyres quite considerably.
Yeah. But they've got... Oh, it's down to greasy conditions now. So the tracks... Does it go damp, greasy, then wet? I thought it went...
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so.
So now it's greasy. I think greasy's the one before dry, isn't it? So is the track getting better? It's not, is it? No. Maybe
it doesn't look like it's getting better. I mean, it's now visibly raining heavier. It has been now for 3 or 4 minutes.
I always thought it went dry, greasy, damp, wet. But maybe greasy is the one before it goes to wet. Anyway, back to this battle on track. You don't see these conditions that much, greasy and damp, do you, in a lot of servers?
No, you don't at all, no. No. And looking at it, in 15 minutes' time, the rain, going by the forecast,
it's going to get really heavy.
Torrential, so...
Yeah. They're going to have everything going on in this race.
I'm not sure whether there is a... Is there an actual damp line or a wet line?
It's gone back to damp now. So I think the track did actually improve there for a bit. Now it started getting worse again. Even though it's raining more because the cars are going round, I think they're clearing it. But now it's raining more. But anyway, Max Foster's loving it. He's got a 10-second gap to Gott, who's then got a 7-second gap to Lico, who's... Oh, Lico's been drawn back into this battle with... oh no, who was third? Was Lico third? Was it a battle for P3 always, or did someone drop back?
Yeah, it was always a battle for P3, yeah.
Okay.
Privet's past Grunert now, and just driven away from him, so... I don't know whether Grunert's had an issue there.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect to see him down there, would you?
No. No, it's very out of place down there. Not sure what had happened there, because I just cut to it, and Grunert was driving about on his own, and Privet looked like he was over the grass a bit, so I'm not sure what had...
Seems we have lost a driver. We're down to 21 now. We had 22 at the start. So someone's...
Oh, just went and watched it back.
Left us.
A little bit naughty from Privet. Just catches the back of Grunert, turns him round. Also noticing creeks down in 18th. I'm not sure what's happened there.
Just trying to work out who was lost. See if we lost on the server, but can't seem to work it out. It was Simon. No, he's still there. Simon's actually catching up with that battle for P3 very quickly. That battle for P3 is huge.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Simons went past Vizina.
Yeah.
And we last talked about that, it was 5 seconds ahead of him, so is this battle for third just giving Simon the opportunity here? realistically here, Simon is on the top 3.
Yeah, he started 24th. 23rd,
Oh,
something like that.
and B. Williams is in 3rd.
Yeah, no, he was. I saw that.
He got past Lico.
Yeah, he got past everyone. Pulling away now. Goldie's ahead of Connerbeer. It's all tight there as well. Maybe he's not passed. He's side by side. Oh, it was a little touch.
Oh,
Ooh.
what was that?
Can't tell you what happened there exactly. It's hard to see
Although
from
it
that
looks
view.
like Connerbeer gets going and just spins it right round, just keeps going.
Just
So
like Hatcher was Hatcher involved in that as well? Because he's
he's slowed right. Their teammates, of course, but it looked like Goldie and Connerbeer.
yeah. I don't know if Hatcher was avoiding it. Looks like Connerbeer's got some damage, unfortunately. Controversial. I don't know if you want to have a look at the replay of that or not, but it's hard to see from the spec cam angle. But there was certainly a touch.
I'll have a look, see what we got.
So Connerbeer, I don't know if he's going to have to pit now. I think he has got quite a bit of front end damage. I don't know if he ended up in the wall there or something.
We've got Steve, whilst driving, in the chat telling us there's so much lag.
That's not good.
I think we're seeing that already in the ping though, so
Is he behind Goldie? Is Goldie lagging, is he?
I wouldn't be surprising with what we've seen with his ping.
I don't know why his ping's up. Don't get that. It's never usually like that, is it?
Yeah,
It's a shame.
I'm just having a little look at the. So into T1, Connerbeer goes down the inside. Goldie just kind of turns in. It's a very gentle tap on his back, and then like Connerbeer bounces away. So
That could be a lag issue, I don't know. Fortunately, when drivers enter, unless they spot their own lag issues, it's hard to get the message to them really, because they're in race mode then, aren't they?
yeah, and yeah, it's pointed out in the chat from Coulthard that it's Richmond that's dropped out.
Richmond was 23, was car 23 at one point
Oh,
when he was there.
C23.
Yeah,
But yeah, look at the ping now. Rio and Invictus, Goldie and Cousins are all.
yeah, I can't do anything about that now.
No, we can't. No, so yeah. Fortunately for Steve, he's in between two cars that are like that, but he's not near them at the moment. But let's keep an eye on that. Simon's still working his way. He's up to 6. He's going to have a run on Lindsay here. Try and go around the out. Make that move, but it's just all about pressuring Kinsey right now, trying to force an error. Simon really brave going out on the paint in these conditions.
Yeah, it's going to get... You won't be able to do that if it gets too wet. At the minute it's still damp, so you can probably get away with it, but it's going to go full wet at some point.
I wouldn't want to be risking that. There is one time you're going to come round there and you've not noticed it's went from damp to wet, and then it's just going to be away, isn't it? However, Simon continues to pressure Kinsey. He's right on him here. He's on the paint again. Oh!
Touch there, just be careful.
What touch?
The wet conditions that just send a car around very easily.
Yeah, Simon's nearly in the back seat. And we now have I just kind of catching back up there. We've got a Privet now right on the back of Broom for 16th place.
Yeah, unfortunately Dean Money or Hatcher's lost some places, hasn't he?
Yeah, so's Creek.
I don't know what happened with Hatcher. I don't think he might have been avoiding maybe his teammate who got spun. I'm not sure, but he seemed to go off wide and lose a lot of time.
Just looking at the weather, like they'll not know it in the cars yet, or maybe won't be thinking it. But the BMW guys, it's going to come back to them. They just have to hang in there just now.
Broom's just pitted.
It looks like they're. Oh, why would you pit now?
I think it's going to be track's going to be wet in a minute. As long as you put wet pressures on, it'll be fine.
Broom's going so slow that
Creek's in the
is
pits.
almost overtaking him in the pits.
Maybe it's a late adjustment of tyres or something.
Too much what they do here. I think this has just been scheduled stop for these guys.
Yeah, it could be. We're half an hour in the race. If they've just put half an hour's worth of fuel in, who knows?
Yeah. I think I would have been tempted to try and, unless they were just out of fuel, was just to hang out there until the rain came back on proper. No point putting fresh wets on, then going out on a damp track and taking a lot of life out of them, putting heat through them. Although,
Yeah, it won't be too bad, I don't think, because it's getting wetter every lap. So.
although I'm not sure how the latest tyre model works.
No, that's the thing. I haven't driven.
With the
it,
wet
so
on the heat, with the
so
heat in that, I'm not sure how that works now.
No, I haven't driven. Yeah, I can see what they mean about the lag issues. Unfortunately, the 3 cars that are red, you can see them just crabbing on the track. So I don't know if that's if the cars are seeing that behind, then it's very difficult to commit to a move.
It is very off-putting. At Virginia International Raceway last night, had a car doing that iRacing sort of low rider bounce down the straight for about 3 laps in front of me. It's just off-putting, isn't it?
Yeah.
At least it doesn't seem to be affecting the guys driving these cars. They still seem to be
Simon's pitted.
the cousins charging it. Time's pitted as well. Eh?
So's Unsworth.
So I'm just trying to see.
It's gone wet now.
Oh yeah, good spot.
Connorby's in the
couple
pits
minutes
too.
away from heavy rain.
Is he going to fix his
So-
front damage or not as well?
Simon's going to come out ahead of Gruner in a lovely bit space. It's worked perfect for Simon, this probably. It's just come out into the emptiest piece of track. Wonder if anyone else will notice that.
Yeah, Simon will be looking to jump and try and get into a battle with Williams, I think, for P3. If he can have a good
Yeah, let's
kind of 50 laps
see how
in.
that plays out.
Lap time's going to drop now as it gets wetter. So
Yep,
let's see.
as we've seen in the chat as well. Yep, people starting to pit now is going to start. You can already see that it's kind of really spread the field out on the track map now.
Yeah. That's always going to happen in a wet race to an extent. But we are in different phases, so different phases are going to suit different cars.
Yeah, the BMWs have all made their way at the back, although apart from Gruner, they've all got a pit in them, but I think we should start to see them getting strong. I've been saying that all the way through, but I think we're going to start to see that.
Williams is pitted from P3, so he's looking to cover Simon, I think. Be interested to see where they are when he comes out the pits. If Simon had a good stop, if Williams has a good stop.
Simon looked like he had an okay stop. It stopped, paused, jacks, down, wheel spin away, so I don't think there was any issue. I just don't know if he fixed any damage. I don't think he had any.
So Grunet's last, even though he hasn't pitted yet. How's he managed that? Skunky's pitted twice, hasn't he?
Oh yeah.
So Syme's going around the last corner now. We'll go on board with him. Just see how close it's going to be with Williams. He's still sitting there. Just dropped.
That's Williams down.
Yeah, he's going to have a lead.
Last pit box, so he's just. Does he need to take a little bit cautious? Oh, so he's out.
Yeah, he's out. So that's Privet on the side of the track there in the grass.
Oh yeah, good spot.
Is he just pitted or what's going on there?
He's not pitted yet, no. He had been sort of making his way through the field. Do you think maybe the conditions of just caught him out a bit
So
there?
he's got some front damage, maybe. Not lots, but he's certainly touched something. Wow. This is going to be the thing. A 1 hour 50 race is in these conditions. Who can see out the whole, not just a half an hour stint, the whole lot. So there's going to be opportunities throughout this whole race.
Yeah.
Kinsey now
Max
right at the back of
just-
Lico for P3. Although, let's see, Williams is pitted at time, so...
Oh, yeah. Kinsey should really get in as well, shouldn't he, if Leco's holding him up here?
Yeah, I don't see why not get a new set.
All he's doing is he's just letting Simon Williams perform an undercut here, get away from him.
Yeah. Just think Foster is 18 seconds ahead of Gott. He's absolutely ace in these conditions, isn't he? Gott's 12 seconds ahead of Lico, so the top two of...
Yeah, it's just driven off.
Kinsey took a lot of curb at T1 there and just held a little half slide.
And Vizina's just pitted in, so he's going to drop off the back of that P3 battle. He'll be another interesting one to watch now. Just where that brings him back out in the Lico Kinsey Cousins.
Yep.
As they cycle through the pits.
I think GDC unfortunately have lost out with the kind of coming together at T1 a lot. Two drivers seem to have lost out there, so I think it's going to be a tricky task for them to win this series now as a team. I think, especially with Max kind of dominating the race.
Yes.
But yeah, anything can happen. You know, even if Intercon could get a DC, you know, or just gonna have to carry on here, aren't you? Just get to the end, and it might be a bit of a frustrating one because of what that's happened, maybe because of the ping that's happened. I don't know. I'll have to dissect that after the race, but Gilly's sitting in P8 anyway. His Hatch is in P9, 11 seconds behind. Connor is P18, is pitted.
Connorby will make his way back through.
Yeah,
I think so. And
Fit-
still
He's fixed the
70
car as
minutes
well.
of this to go, so.
He's fixed the car, but yeah, obviously he wants big points, doesn't he? So, but just gonna have to stick with it, and you never know, something might come back to you at the end of the race.
So Vizina's come out right behind Privet, but more importantly, 12 seconds behind Sign. So
Wow, that's a long time. Yeah, he's lost a lot of time.
yeah, they boys pitting early seems to have been the right idea.
Yeah.
I think Kinsey's going to come in here. He is.
I reckon it might be a lap too late. Gott's actually in as well.
Oh yeah. So it'll be interesting to see where Kinsey comes out. Where we made sure he got slowed down there. It almost came to a stop before the pit board. It'll be interesting to see now where Kinsey comes out. I think Vecina's really getting held up by Privet, so
He's got pass. So Gott hasn't left yet. Yeah. Seems to be a closer gap to him than it was before. Has he had an incident or something? I wonder if Gott, because He's only just going to hold position, I think. He might not. To Williams.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No, Williams
So
has got
Kinsey's
him.
going to get out.
And Simon's now going to be behind.
Kinsey's got a slow drive down the pits. But I think Vicina's going to jump him here.
He's lost a lot of time to Simon and Williams, isn't he? Both of them have. Which also means Lico is going to have lost a lot of time to those guys.
Yeah, it's probably... Yeah, it's going to throw Lico behind... Williams.
Gott and Williams are side by side it, going into Stowe, I think it is. So Gott's got his second place, or provisional second place back. I think he must have had an incident on that lap when he came in or something, Gott.
Yeah, because they were away, weren't they? I mean, that now gives Max a 33-second lead, but that's shown there. There's obviously been an incident we got, so Max will need to keep on it.
Privet now pits.
So who do we have that's,
Got
that's not pitted?
Conobie close there. Conobie's just got past Broom, I'm guessing.
So the guys that haven't pitted is Max Foster, Cousins, Lico, Armstrong, Goldie, Gillies,
Lico's in
and
the pits.
Hatcher. Oh, is he in the pits now?
Yeah.
I don't think he realises it here, but this is going to set him back behind Vicina.
Well, we'll see, won't we?
Oh, and he's overshot the pit, so he's now probably going to be behind Kinsey as well.
Armstrong's in the pits too.
Just
There's
caught
a big
him reversing in.
gaggle of cars there, isn't there? In the last corner.
Oh, yeah. Who's going to jump in there? So
Scott's actually fallen now behind Syme. He's lost 2 spots. He must have had another little moment somewhere. So 2 SLR play drivers, even they got completely different liveries because Syme's got his Intercon livery on.
it was suggested the McLaren, the wetter it got, the worse it got.
Yeah, I don't think this is that wet yet though. This is just normal wet. You know, it's when it gets to like
I'm just wondering if
flooded.
it's just starting to get a bit of a handful for him.
Possibly.
Still, I was just watching.
He drives a
him there. Still
Maserati,
looks
doesn't
like
he? He gets paid.
Oh, well, that's true, yeah. Yeah, I was watching it there and it's still changing direction quite sharp and things like that, so
Yeah.
maybe just made a few mistakes. Doesn't look like he's nursing it at the moment, it still looks like he's been quite aggressive with it.
And they're catching Hatcher, who's not pitted. He obviously doesn't have to get out of the way, but he might not have a choice with these quick boys coming. And he's clipped a bit of curb and gone wide there, and 2 of them have got around him.
Yeah, so I was just going to say Lico has come out at the back of all this battle now.
So it seems as if pitting early was a bit of a masterstroke for some guys.
Yes. Particularly for
Foster's now in.
Williams, wasn't it? There's nothing crazy for
Foster's going to have a huge
Foster.
lead, as long as he hasn't put the wrong tyres on or something.
We're going to have a bet who'll be the last to pit.
There's not many left, is there? But Gillies generally
I
tends
think
to...
Gillies usually likes to hang it out there for as long as possible.
Brunet's still behind everyone, even though he hasn't pitted yet, so I don't know. He's
Oh,
gonna...
and I just say that Gillies has just dived in, I think.
Maybe he heard you and just thought, I'm going to spite him.
Yeah, it's not like him. Well, saying that, he has done 43 minutes out there, which is like him.
So Max Foster then has got a big lead. He's come out behind Skunky, who is P20. And he's ahead of Shug, even though he's pitted. And Shug
Did we not? I don't want to curse Max, but Has he not had this kind of lead before and had an incident?
He had to stop and go for pit infringements.
There we go. Normally you'd be looking out for some track limits infringements here, but I think with it being wet, they'll be quite generous.
Yeah, no, we won't get any of that in these conditions.
I think as the hour mark turns as well, looking at it looks like the rain's going to ease off a bit again, so...
Yeah. It's not going to get flooded yet anyway.
Got sideways.
Hatcher pits
Whoa.
now. It's just Goldie and Cousins who haven't pitted, who are at the front of the grid, and yeah, Grenet's in the pits too. Kinsey, Vecina, Lico. It's a good little battle.
Oh, I think Williams has just went
Yeah, he's lost
really
it, hasn't
wide.
he? He's dropped way back behind Simon got, so he's obviously had a little moment.
Didn't look damaged, he just looked... Just caught that in the background there. I seen
If you
Mercedes
can
bouncing
just
over the track.
all Simon, I think maybe he's had something with Simon because Simon's waited for him. So yeah, that must have what happened. Gott's kind of benefited from that because he's got a nice little gap now.
He's just kept the foot in. I'll just see if I can have a look. So yeah, Simon's making a move down the outside. Williams defends quite nicely. Just trying to have a little... Oh. Yeah, what's happened there? They both run out onto the paint. On the right-hander. And Simon just touches the back of Williams. And that just sends him round. I think Simon would admit that was his mistake there, but...
Well, I think he did by waiting, didn't he? And Williams actually in the pits. So did he have some damage?
He's got some damage, yeah. The driver's side,
He
the
has got
passenger
quite a bit,
side
hasn't he?
rear took the wall pretty...
It's not ideal
Pretty
because that's his second stop now. So if it gets to
Yeah.
different conditions for the tyres, he's not going to have a pit stop in the bag.
I think it's Club that came round quite close, both over onto the paint, it's mostly wet, and then a little touch just sent him round.
Freak now catching up with Gillies, isn't he?
Yeah, we got Kinsey. I think Rico's just went past Kinsey. I think Kinsey was in front of Rico and then Rico's went back past him and
Cena's just headed. So Williams is back out and he's done both his pit stops. First driver with a green
not,
light.
yeah, not great for Williams how that came about, but the wet tyres will last an hour easy.
Yeah, just gotta hope it
And
stays.
he'll have the fuel, so... And he's all on his own here, so... If he can get his head in the right space, just start putting the laps in.
Just gotta hope that
See where
it
he
doesn't,
ends up.
because it's gonna reduce rain a little bit in a bit, I think. Or is it gonna get worse? I can't quite tell which icon means what. But in 15 minutes it's changing. I think with slightly less rain.
Well, I think we're being told the sounds went a bit.
Okay, I'll do a pause.
Oh yeah, the sound is horrific.
How's that?
Let's have a listen when we get back. Williams has just went, after me just saying he just needs to keep the head and do some laps, he just went off track there. That Club again.
Let us know if that's
sounds-
alright, cool, forward with the sound.
Sound is fine now, I think. And actually, Twitch done well there, giving us 50 minutes of OK sound before it decided to throw us under the bus.
Goldie's in the pits.
Kinsey right on the back of Lico. I see then he's capitalise on this little battle and just get away, but he just doesn't seem able to. We're just going to just bring Goldie back out maybe 8th. Just behind this sort of Kinsey Cousins battle.
Oh, just seeing where Andros was, and he's gone way wide at Stowe there. Lost the position to Armstrong.
That's the sound effects Coulter saying he can unfortunately hear us both clear now. So Max just driving away with this up front still. Got now comfortably back in second through some of the issues. Vicina up to third with Lico and Kinsey chasing him down. Cousin's just dropping off the back of them a little bit. Unsworth, not really mentioned him much, but he's got himself up to 7th with a round of pit stops done, so...
He's just dropped, yeah, he just had a little moment just now and lost to 8th, but he's doing alright.
And Gilly's in 9th, having made a stop. It's good as well.
Yeah, no, he's on a solid race.
Say that, and he just puts it on the grass, but no issues, just lifts a little bit, keeps the whole facing the right way. It's got Creek behind
Goldie's
him.
internet seems to have been better since his pit stop. Still got Cousins and Leonovicius.
Yeah, it's not throwing them out though, so let's hope they can hang in there.
It's just as long as other guys are not getting affected by it, isn't it?
Kinsey's just giving Lico a bit space here. And just allowing him to catch back up on Vizina here. So next person will get the benefit of this will be Kinsey. When they start battling, he'll get drawn out the back of it. And of course, Lico.
Yeah, Simon and Williams having that incident as... Where has Simon gone? Has he left? I think he has.
Oh yeah, he has, yeah. Oh, not great. I was about to say,
No,
Lico is
good.
my second favourite
If you're
Portuguese.
going to turn up, then finish the race. So anyway, Williams has lost out on that. He's now got a recovery drive to do, isn't he?
Yeah, he made a mistake, but oh, Vizina goes really deep. That allows Lico up the inside. It's going to allow Kinsey a run. Can't do anything. Vizina just shuts the door on him. Kinsey ducks in behind him. But my second favourite Portuguese is now third. At this point of the race, and I'm stealing this from the chat on the stream, but at this point in the race it is all about concentration a little bit now, isn't it?
Yeah.
About just trying to grind out the next 30 minutes.
So I'm just having a look at Discord a minute. I'll leave it with you for a second. I'll just catch up with a few things that have been posted.
Yeah, no worries. Just as we follow Lico with Vicina and Kinsey behind him. Kinsey's looking to have a bit of a run here. Cousins behind him is hanging on, but not really making much impact into that battle.
Just your mic's getting a bit close, I think, again there, mate.
Is that better?
Yeah.
We're just sort of pointing out Cena, Kinsey, Lico battling away should have provided an opportunity for Cousins to get on the back of them, whose ping is vastly improved. But he just keeps making little mistakes like that through club there, just runs it wide. He just can't quite get onto the back of them.
Just watching Goldie trying to get past Creek here, 2 McLarens.
His Creek had a bit of an issue. He was right on the back of Gillies, but he's now just dropped off.
It's all a bit scruffy there, going through the chicane there.
He's right, Goldie's right behind him there. Well, visually it's hard to see what the conditions are like. I was watching Gillies round a few corners there, and he's now not going near the curbs, so I'm assuming that's a choice.
We are halfway
So-
through. Keep pushing.
It must be proper slippy out there at the moment. Just to say that in the background, I see Creek and Goldie nearly off the track. Hatcher right on the back of Broom now. Broom defends.
Yeah, he's had a. So he's got some pace on ACT, hasn't he, Hatcher? I've heard he's from Steve. He's a bit of an F1 guy usually, but
Oh yeah. No, he's certainly got pace. Kind of, his consistency's maybe been a bit of an issue, but if this isn't his format or his normal racing, then it's understandable. But certainly when he's on it, he's on it.
yeah.
Zielkowski has also now completed all his pit stops. Just try to keep an eye on the weather. Not much happening with the weather. And I say,
Sorry, I'm just a bit distracted. I think Argon might have just scored a 96th minute winner.
because it was 1-1, wasn't it? And to just talk other
It's just
sport,
flashed up saying 2-1
the
last minute.
Wednesday and Wright has
They're
scored.
they're all winning. They're all winning 2-1.
Yeah. And that is Hatcher just went past Broom there quite easily in the end.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just a bit distracted for a second.
Now
I've sent you the password, Coolfied, if you do want to do a little stint, just to add a different perspective to the race. You're welcome to join.
Creek and Goldie still
right.
battling away. Oh, Creek goes wide.
Yeah. Oh,
He's across the grass. Be able to keep a foot in there, but that's
he has.
I think Goldie's quite right to get on the lights there.
Yeah.
Going to compromise
Start the
him though.
inside.
Yeah. Will Creek have a cut back on him here? Try and get him. And Goldie's just positioned it well there to prevent him trying to get a run down the straight. Good driving. And what we have now is Cousins is right up on
Yeah.
Vicina, so I'm not sure if there's been a mistake there because Kinsey's scarpered a couple of seconds down the road.
Just noticed Goldie's internet's gone back up to red again. It had to drop there.
Maybe
You can tell when you're watching him and it's up and it's down because the car looks so different. How it moves on the tarmac.
Maybe Goldie needs to stop overtaking people. Maybe that's the... Saying that, Cousins' ping's looking pretty good now. He's putting Vicina under a bit of pressure. I think Vicina, our Canadian driver?
He is, yeah.
Up front we still have Max Foster.
There we go.
We got Gott in second, Lico third, Kinsey fourth, Vicina fifth, Cousins sixth, but putting Vicina under crazy pressure.
Yeah, just make sure you include your audio there, Coulthard, and then welcome to the comms box. We'll carry on talking until he maybe he's got
sorts
some
that
issues
out,
with his
yeah.
mic, I don't know, but oh, it's a little... good evening,
Good
you're
evening.
quite quiet there, mate.
Yeah, quite quiet there.
Oh, just as Cousins really hassling the other Aston here.
Yeah, it's going for it. Right, Coulthard, we could hear you. We're just a little bit quiet there, and Cousins and Vicina. That's perfect. That's much better. Yeah,
That's brilliant. Cool.
So-
How are you doing, mate? Welcome back to Xbox. Yeah, no, it's really tough. It's a little bit shame the size of the grid should be a bit bigger, really, but it's just the way it goes sometimes. No, it's just one of those things where things are popping up late, aren't they? Yeah. It's
So I was
isn't
gonna
it? But
say, yeah.
it's the final round. It is a teams thing, so when you check in, it's good to turn up and complete the race. If you know, because we can always get other drivers in, but if we get hold of issues. But anyway, back onto the race, and
Bonnebeer
yeah,
putting a bit of
names
pressure
are probably
on.
looking a bit different to you there, Coulthard, aren't you? You're not got gamer tags anymore. You've got to work everyone's real name. I get you recognise some of those. Yeah, you must recognise some of the numbers there, though. Nah, he's had a really good race.
He's actually, since you've been away, Coulthard, Dean's kicked on a bit. I think he's... Yeah, he had a...
There's always another annoying Scotsman to put in there, even if one of them leaves.
Yeah. We've still got plenty of Scotsmen in the Discord and on track at times now, but yeah, Dean's been doing really well since, well, he had a nightmare the first race of the season, but apart from that, he's actually had a really good year, or a good season at it so far.
Yeah, he had some damage to fix, so he's got the pace, but it's where everyone else drops in, and as long as the weather doesn't go to damp or dry, then I think he might be okay. But you don't know what this dynamic, and it's just moving around all over the place, so we don't really know what's going to do. We only get 15 minutes warning, so there's quite a bit more weather to be revealed yet.
I was trying to work that out. Oh, so who's into the pits? Unsworth. From his final stop. I was trying to work out Williams where he was going to come back out. I think he's going to come out between Gillies and Goldie when they cycle through the pits, if it was to happen now, but as every lap goes, I think he's taking time out of them now, so be interesting. And we also have Zach Creek coming down the pits as well, so two BMR guys in at the same time. Don't know if that's tactics or coincidence. Nick needs to fix that car though. got a good view of it down the pit lane there. It's been in the battles.
I do notice in previous races a lot of the BMR, they do seem to come in on similar lap time or laps in the race for their pits. So I don't know if it's kind of roughly decided before. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it was almost damp at the start of the race, wasn't it? So they were able to put like 17s and 18s in, but I imagine they're doing more like 22s and 23s now lap times. Oh yeah, that's a good custom spot, that is.
yeah, great spot. I'm trying to think. I think last time we seen it go damp, we seen the Porsches, particularly Symes' Porsche, surging
not there
through the
anymore, is
field,
he?
and he's not there now. But I wonder if that's enough now to let Kinsey maybe try and take some of
It's
the
not helping
time out of
Williams,
Rico.
that, I think. Venezia. That's actually Hunter Fox Facina.
What of a touch for the Astons there. Cousins gives him a little kiss. He's going to take the place. Zeno's going to maybe get back at him here. Nope, he's not. He's got the job done.
I wonder with 20 cars going round and the rain seems to be going down, whether we might even get to dry eventually, depending on what the next weather kind of thing is.
For,
I don't know if... I don't know. Does on the game or not? Is it? And like, I know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure it actually helps if it affects the car though, and especially on Xbox. Maybe on PC it might, but I'm not sure the game on Xbox has got that much detail for a wind.
I think
I just.
I'm not sure either. I'm just thinking in terms of the quality of the racing. It would be fantastic if the next weather up was a sun.
Yeah, that would be funny.
That
I don't think Williams would like it, but. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, no, he has done extra one, hasn't he? It'll be interesting to see what he says in the Discord after in terms of what happened there. We are now in the we're in the phase of the race now, though. But everyone just seems to settle down, aren't they? Not really got.
No, apart from Vicina and Cousins, it's pretty spread out, isn't it? Armstrong's in the pits.
Interesting now to see where Armstrong comes out in relation to Williams. That'll give us an indication.
Yeah.
E-money.
I think Armstrong came in from 7th. So, give us an idea. Still Foster got Lico still trying to scamper out a bit. Kinsey bringing him 4th, Cousins 5th, Vizina 6th. And that takes Gillies up to 7th, Goldie 8th, whilst Armstrong is in the pits. Broom's just pitted as well for the final time. I'm not sure the thinking of pitting right now for your final stop, if I'm honest, as it's getting drier.
Yes, you might want to keep that in your back pocket just to see what happens here.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. But then
I guess
saying
we'll
that
find out what
last
happens.
time I said that, it was, I can't remember who jumped into the pit. Was it Williams jumped into the pit? So, and that's what's Armstrong is 412. Where is Williams in relation to that?
Armstrong's way behind Williams.
Yeah, so it does look like it's going to be that sort of Gillies Goldie type area. He's going to ultimately end up once they've cycled through the stops.
So Gott's recovered, doesn't he? Because he had that little time where he dropped back, didn't he? But because Simon Williams had a moment,
There was
he
a
got
point
his second place back.
mental challenge for Foster now, but he was 33 seconds or something up. I'm not suggesting Gott's going to claw him back, but I'm now suggesting Foster's
Well, it gets drier.
managing
The
this.
McLaren will start to find pace, but no, they're all very close. That battle for the last podium spot could be quite interesting yet, I think.
The rain's going to keep reducing for the next 15 minutes, so
Connor Beer's pitted now, and Leon Avicius. Fair play to Gruner, who's carried on. So Intercon's got Intercon of second and GDC of first, and I think Intercon are looking very strong favourites to win. This is the last round to win it all, basically, because yeah, and they're only 2 points ahead of Intercon. So Max Foster's kind of got pole, and you got pole, which you get a point for as well. So yeah, Intercon are looking very good at the minute. So
is that the commentator's
GDC
is that the commentator's curse now?
It could be, couldn't it? Intercon have all got a pit stop in their hand as well at the moment.
And Williams continues to lead the drivers in terms of everyone who's done their mandatory stops now. And Williams is he their South African driver?
He is, yeah.
Yep.
He's very quick, isn't he? Yeah, there's plenty of time he can gain on those people in front of him, but he's got a 20-second gap. Yeah. Shame he didn't carry on, really. I know he had an incident, but I'd rather people. Yeah, he didn't. I don't think he had that kind of incident because he waited for Williams, didn't he? So I don't know if he got disconnected or whatever. But yeah, who knows?
Yeah, and I've just jinxed Gott, who's just dropped 4 seconds off Max Foster there. So
See, 412 is Armstrong. He's causes a yellow flag, so he's dropping back. Ah, okay. Could well be, yeah. Could well be.
Potentially, yeah, he had said that. He's got it going again. So his results are.
So have you done any GT4 racing on iRacing, Coolford? Okay. How is it on that? I haven't done any GT4 on that yet. How does it compare to ACC then?
Force feedback.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird, the force feedback's actually more detailed on the GT4 it seems than
Okay.
the GT3.
I don't know. I think my graphic. The middle just start.
No, they are pushing things a bit more now, and it does seem a bit more competent in the people who are rolling out the updates a bit more. The feedback, you know, it's not just they don't just put it out there now and then doesn't no one looks at it for a week. It actually's got some support now, so.
Let's be honest.
You can easily ruin a series, can't you?
Because it had a
Yeah. No, it's been going well. I just wondered how the car actually felt on iRacing compared to it.
enough. I've got the B.
Yeah, kicks you around. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, Lico's come in the pits here. Is he going to try and cover off Kinsey? We pitted a lap or two before. Been close all race, these two.
I was going to say as well, Goldie's now catching Gillies. So that McLaren of Goldie's is starting to respond to the drying track.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if this was dry, the top 5 cars would all be McLarens, so we had to remove these from the GT4 league this year following the update. Just that.
It's all a bit random at the minute, to be honest with you. The BMW hasn't been used much this season, but the one person who is using it is quite quick, so it's a tricky one to judge, to be honest with you, because I don't drive on Xbox much now, so I just do comms, so I don't know. I don't know as much detail about all that as much as I used to. Definitely.
Yeah, what's
Pretty interesting, I think.
Track's continuing to dry as well, isn't it? Yeah, D Money for some reason he's the only one who's named in format properly, but he's actually called Hatcher. He's a GDC driver with Gillies and Connorbeer.
Scott's just pitted. I've been trying to work it out. Just back to the Williams. I think he's won Skillies and Goldie pit. I think he's going to jump them now. What looked like a disaster for him is maybe going to work out all right if he's got enough to stay on the track for the final 30 minutes.
Who's that? Sorry, Williams.
Williams, yeah.
But you think he's going to jump Gillies and Goldie?
Yes, I was trying to work that
Yeah.
out. I think he might just. It's going to be close, but
It's not the. It's going to be 30 seconds for the tyres, so it's not the biggest pit lane, is it? It's probably going to be about 50 second loss, I'd say. Maybe not. Nah. It's not a long pit lane here, is it? Especially the old one. So use.
I think he's just been chipping away. He's been chipping away. Hatcher's sort of been kind of keeping Goldie Gillies pace, and then Williams has just been taking a half-second a lap out of him now. So I'm just watching Gott there as he bounces it over. Move. Keeps it on the track though. Broom is our lead, BMW in 15th.
Yeah, good drive.
Hugh Skunky is in for his third and final pit stop.
I just want to say fair play to Grunnett for sticking it out, because he was several laps down after about 5 minutes, I think, and he's stuck it out, so respect that.
I'm not sure what happened to him there, yeah. Be interesting
No, I
in the
don't,
chat
but
after it
he's
to see what
a long way
happened.
back. Although he's catching Zia Lakowski, so he might actually have a battle for the end of the race. 17 seconds. They're 3 laps down.
It's good. Learning experience.
Yeah. But that's mid-run, and yeah, it's I don't know. I didn't see what happened to him, but obviously he's an experienced driver. But it's good to see him sticking it out. Yeah, so I'd like to see. Because we've got points going all the way down in this Coulthard. It goes all the way down to 27th points too, actually. But obviously there's not that many cars, so you're still going to get quite a few points for 20th.
Basically, I just very game for the
Someone resetting their game out there. Is that you?
I just got dashboarded.
Brian. Okay. I just heard the intro in the background. Sounded like an F1 car, didn't it?
Yeah, it's just dashboarded me there. Hopefully that's
Nice.
unique to me and not.
Yeah. I've had that before, but yeah, Shug's just pitted. So we'll see where he comes out in relation to... Just look like he's going to come out behind Williams. He's already passed him, so I think Shug must have had an issue when he came into the pits there, because he'd lost a lot of time before he even rolled into the pits.
Okay, so I'm back in, just seeing Shug, last pit stall. Is Shug going to get out ahead of Unsworth? Or is Unsworth still a lap down?
Yeah, no, he's going to go ahead of Shug, I think.
I think Unsworth is the first of the lapped
Unsworth.
cars, so although he'll go ahead
No,
of Shug.
I think he's ahead of him on track, isn't he? Surely.
We'll see how that
We'll see on the
updates.
next sector break, but I'm pretty sure. Because Conaby is right behind, and he's behind Unsworth.
You know what else is Williams now to go back to him? He's caught right up on Hatcher. He'll be wanting Hatcher just to get out of the way, won't he? And then behind them, I think they've got Foster. So Foster's lapped up to 10th.
impressive performance. We're
Zena,
hoping to
pits.
seal the Intercon next week as well. So our last round at Suzuka next week.
Are we dynamic weather, is it, for...
Hasn't been decided yet. We haven't had a wet race this week though. This year or this season.
That'll be... Yeah, we haven't, yeah. I'm just watching Vicina in the pits.
So Williams is just got in front of Hatcher. So, I don't know if you just said that. And Cousins... No, sorry, that's like you say, it's Foster, isn't it? It's Foster mapping. Foster's coming in the pits.
Probably the sensible thing to do was just catching a gaggle of cars there, so...
It's interesting there, because if this keeps drying, it could actually get dry. It could actually be dry line at the end of this race. I don't...
What are
There's
we...
only 25 minutes left now.
Are we trying to tempt Gillies to stay out there on the off chance that he could get slicks on that?
You never know, do you? I mean, if they might have to try something, GDC, because it's not going their way at the moment.
I hope.
Yeah. We'll see, we'll see. It's the effect of 20 cars as well going round and drying it as well. When it's drying, it, you know, the more cars you have on track, it just does it quicker.
That's Max off the ramps and back out. I'm not sure what Hugh Skunky's doing. He's been sat in his pit stall for quite a bit there.
Yeah, I imagine it's been a good learning experience for him today. It's his first wet race on wheel, so...
Kinsey's up behind Vicina now, so it's going to put a little bit of pressure on him.
Yeah, Vicina just pitted, I think.
Yeah, he did, yeah. Yeah, that's Williams up to 8th with, let's see, about 8 seconds off Kinsey and
Still got a
Vicina
bit of
with
work to do,
23
isn't
to go. So a bit of work, but it's not out the realms of possibility.
Gillies pits. Been there before. So Gillies, where's Gillies going to come out?
He's going to drop in just ahead of his teammate Conabeer, I think.
Didn't he get ahead of Shug? I think he'll be ahead of that. I think he'll be ahead
Oh,
of
in fact, you're
Unsworth.
right. Yeah, he'll actually be ahead. He'll be between Unsworth and Goldie, won't he?
Oh,
So Gillies is off the
Gillies
ramp
is
and on his way.
it's going to be close with Unsworth. I think Unsworth's going to get him. But and then Goldie's going to be behind Gillies.
Gillies have an interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll enjoy that. He always likes battle. So Hatcher's pitted as well. So just Cousins now. He's running P2 at the minute.
Just hanging it out there. I think if he pits, he's going to come out and... Oof, is he going to come out and...
He's going to come out with like Kinsey, I would have thought, isn't he?
Trying to work.
Vicina.
I'm just trying to look at it. Yeah, he is, isn't he? So...
Yeah, it's quite a long way, but the track's drying all the time, so that McLaren's going to gain confidence every lap.
You said there's a little more.
Yeah, I think he was actually a little bit closer, so I'm not sure if he's had a little moment, but
Looks a bit.
he's certainly Williams isn't making any impression onto Kinsey and Vicina, so
You mentioned. Oh, yeah.
yeah, me either. And what we've seen throughout the season so far is guys having great races, then just out of nowhere or very not what you would expect from them, just a huge moment in it. So
The only thing I'd say about the cars is that I used to hate driving the Porsche, but since they've changed the tyre model quite a lot, like the Alpine's not that bad to drive anymore. Like I think some of the characteristics actually changed, and if you are on the game still, it's worth trying them all again because there's lots of slight differences in all of them now.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I remember using the Alpine at the Brands Hatch, I think it was. I literally couldn't get around turn one without spinning it. And now it's actually quite a nice little car to drive. It's a little bit like the Ginetta. It's not that quick in the drive, but it's quite fun to drive.
I'll just point out towards our sort of special event race that Broome currently way ahead of Privet on track, so there'll be another.
Does Coulthard know about this race? I don't know if he wants to get involved or not. Shark v Broome.
Yes,
Instead of Euro v Intercon, we're in Shark v Broome at the end of the season. 14 versus 14. That's Mount Panorama.
yeah, they've had a little mini series. Yeah, Neil B and Shark have sort of had a mini series going. I think they're still quite close. I think in terms of next week, anyone can still win that mini series between them. There's only a few points between them.
I think Shark's winning GT4 and Broome's winning the M2, isn't he?
That's correct, yeah.
But yeah, we've got 22 drivers signed up so far, and we're going to have a draw, and they get alternate picks. And then we want to use every single GT4 car in that race as well. So there's going to be bonus for using different cars.
You can just see there that Leona Victus has got. Oh, he's just went off, and he's got Max Foster. Oh.
That was close, wasn't it?
I don't know if he meant that or not, but risky bouncing it over the grass, trying to brake for that corner. But anyway, Max gets by him without issue.
Where's Cousins gone? He's in P3. He only lost a place in his pit. Oh no, sorry, he's dropping back now. He's just pitted. He's behind Williams. Oh, is it?
Is he not right behind Lico?
Yeah. Sorry, he's fourth. Yeah.
And then a little gap to the Vicina Kinsey battle.
Connor Beer's catching Goldie now.
Yeah. Gilly's actually started to pull onto the back of Unsworth as well.
He was very close when he came out of the pits, and it's a similar gap. But yeah, there's some close gaps there as we come into the last 15 or so minutes.
So, looking at the weather, it looks like this is going to be it now until the end, so there is going to be no opportunity to gamble on tyres.
Yeah. There was a bit of flooded track in practice, but it hasn't happened in the race. So just watch Max Foster going past Connor Beer. Blue flags. Yeah, it was in practice we were getting a range from greasy conditions to flooded. And a time delta of about 15 seconds, depending on conditions. So the drivers.
Cousins has moved right up on the back of Lico.
Yeah, they're it's gonna fancy a podium, isn't he? All the ping seems to have settled down. As they're all spread out now, it's like yeah, it's a shame there's a few high pings at the start when they're all close together. It's gonna. Oh, luckily he's got 36 seconds to play with.
Gruner runs super wide, but he's nearly got himself on the back of Zilakowski after an hour and 30 minutes of driving about on his own.
That's a reward. Get to have one battle. Oh, look at Shug, Conabir and Leonovikis. It's very close.
We had an incident here last time with this. Went to T1, Shug and Conabeer had a little bit of contact here before. It was almost... Oh!
Conabir moved into... I don't think he knew he was there.
Does well to keep that out of the wall. He does very well to keep that out of the wall.
It's not been his night tonight, is it, Conabir?
It did look like he just...
part of the track. He just didn't know he's there, I think.
He just opened the wheel up a bit, not knowing that...
Okay.
Cousins about to have a run on Lico. He's under the rear spoiler.
Okay, we go on board. Kinsey's not quite pressuring Vecina, isn't he?
No, he's not.
He'll be happy with that spot. To be honest with you, he's in a really good spot. And Kinsey doesn't actually need to do anything. Intercon are in a great spot. They don't need to risk anything, really. Gillies.
He'll yield and then he'll try and undercut here, won't he? No, he's just not. He just outbraked himself a little bit there, didn't he?
Oof. Was he just had a... Was he protecting the inside or did he have a wiggle there? Yeah, no, that's a good point actually. Good point. It's getting drier and drier out there.
Oh, he just slides a Mercedes there though.
Yeah, Unsworth's really looking for that wet line, isn't he?
Yeah.
There's lots of battles here. Kinsey's caught up with Vecina. Cousins is right on Lico.
What?
Goldie's right on Leonovikis. And Grunet's right on Zielikowski. So yeah, there's loads of battles now.
I'll keep watching the Gillies thing because what Unsworth's probably not realising here is by this looking for the wet line, he's just encouraging Gillies. Gillies, is he going to get a run at him? I don't think he's going to drag. He's not going to out-drag a Merc down the hangar straight, is he? It's
gone for it, though, at the inside. Ooh, that looked close. It's just the camera angles we're getting, they're not the best sometimes.
What he is doing now, though, is he's forcing Unsworth to defend every corner, and Unsworth's just getting a bit scrappy.
At this point, Gillies just know, how many points they might need. There's no point worth trying or wondering.
Cousins coming round the last corner, just had a good run at Lico, but he got... Cousins had a little run on Lico, then just let it run wide.
Yep, Gillies up inside. Park it on the apex. Oh, he's probably parked it there, isn't he?
Yeah, that's probably parked it there then.
Oh! I couldn't
But Answorth's
get around
gonna
there.
run it wide, and then
Oh, we got a car way in the background. I think that's Armstrong's really struggling with his steering, I think.
yeah, so Gillies gets the job done. Will Unsworth have a bite back at him? Looks like Gillies managed to get a little bit distance. Cousins is still going at Lico. I mean, it's now the
Yeah.
battle on track.
So it's going to rain more in 15 minutes or 10 minutes, so it's not going to get any drier.
Just as you say that, it just actually looks like it is now coming down a little bit heavier again. Is this maybe Cousins' chance if that McLaren window just disappears?
This is Sinak's. Is he going to park it on the apex? He needs to get a good traction out of this.
The McLaren will probably out drag him down the straight. He's going to have to defend the inside here, I think.
He's only half-heartedly done it, isn't he? Oh, he comes back across.
He gets the job done. Gillies is just dropping Unsworth.
Armstrong's had to pit, unfortunately. He's got issues.
I'm just watching Unsworth Gillies. We've got Max coming up behind them, so this is maybe Unsworth's chance to, if he gets lucky here and he can let Max by at a convenient time, then follow him up on the back of Gillies. Because they'll get the blue. Unsworth's about to start getting the blue flag now. Unsworth's still diving way offline, trying to cool the tyres. He just can't match. I've just been watching the Gillies Unsworth battle. He just can't match him. Gillies just driving away from him now, so obviously got the Ginetta set up well for these particular conditions.
Yeah, P8 will be a great result for him. So yeah, it's just winding down now. Gaps have just got a little bit bigger again.
Yeah. Now 8.5 minutes to go. Probably 4 laps. Just trying to work out where our leader is, but
Goulford's having some technical problems, I think. Foster's behind Unsworth.
yeah,
Just going past him.
Unsworth may as well just let go.
Yeah.
My thing of trying to follow him on the back of Gillies is too fast for Unsworth now. Whether it's tyres, whether it's set up, whatever. Gillies just seems to be going away.
So it's looking like Intercon are going to win this season. They haven't won this team battles before.
Yes. Once again, a bit of a shame for Max up front. Not really spoke about much for him, but
No, it's a great drive.
Dominant. Got second, Cousins third. Lico's just
Got 44 seconds back. It's crazy.
yeah.
Second lap, isn't it?
Well, we now see that's Max lap in 8th place. Just went past. He just went by Gillies.
Yeah, Max has done the business for Intercon. So sure, just needs to finish it off now. But Kinsey's had a really good drive as well. It's P6 now, but it could have been P3.
Yeah, he was in that battle early doors for P3. I think what we seen was the guys that went early, didn't they? The earlier you went for that first stop, the seemed to give them a real advantage.
Yeah.
So yeah, in terms of that, the Cousins, Lico, Vicina, Kinsey, great sort of battling. Forget Williams was leading that battle at one point until the incident with Syme, so he's had a great drive to get that back to 7th. And Gillies also this. It's a good drive as well, putting that Janetta in 8th place.
Yeah, it's all about the teams, isn't it? So I think Gillies will be probably disappointed because his teammates aren't up there as well with him. Because
That is a bit surprising. Connebeer, you would have thought would have had the pace to be running along with Cousins and Lico.
well, he obviously had that incident with Shug, didn't he? So I don't know how much damage he had to fix and how compromised he was. But it's always going to be difficult with Foster kind of nailing the race. Now Kinsey backing him up, really very good qualifying as well.
Yeah, proven to be a very strong team.
Yeah. And Goldie, who's like you've been in London today on meetings, I wondered if you were on the same plane at one point.
He would have, I'm assuming he would have flown from Glasgow, so
Yeah.
is he down
But he
there?
said he was on a 3:30 flight and you were on a 3:30 flight as well, and I was like, oh. Thought you were both on the same one for a split second.
That would have been something, especially if you hadn't planned it.
Yeah. What are you up to tonight then, mate?
Although I did see in the Discord he was enjoying some beverages.
Yeah. Zoom bar.
Cornish, I believe.
It is, yeah. Very close to me. About 2 miles down the road, the brewery.
It's just an indication of how spread out the field is now that's what we're chatting about. Cornish ales. It's an ale, isn't it? It's not a lager. I did notice,
Yeah,
I don't know if Goldie's had a moment there, but Connebeer's now 1.8 off the back of him. He's actually close enough now to have a good sight. A good sight of him. So they've had a bit of a battle all race. So Matthew will be eager to get on the back of it.
No, definitely, because definitely want to finish above Shug if he can.
And it seems like a curse Williams every time, but he was like sitting 7-8 seconds off the back of Kinsey. He's just dropped to 20 seconds, so
He's got some damage, I think.
oh, he does. The bonnet's flapping. Yes, yeah, so he's had a moment. Nobody near him, I don't think either. So he's just been driving about
Nah,
his own.
on his own. Loss of concentration, easy, isn't it, to do in wet conditions?
Especially when he's been sat
Thinking about what could have been.
Now. Yeah.
So it does look like Connebeer and Goldie is going to be the potential battle for all this race finishes. 2 McLarens. Back for M2 on Thursday as well, Brian?
Yes, I
Last
am.
round.
Yeah.
It's older, so we'll start crowning champions now for the season.
Well, I love Zolder as a track, so what I'll do is I'll talk lots about how I'm a specialist there, but back it up with nothing.
Are you going to be in the server on Wednesday, showing them how to do it?
I might just do that, and then lay the marker down that if you're slower than me, then
You're getting slagged off on comms.
yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah. Just do that, see what it's all about. Yeah. Whatever's happened, Goldie seems to have settled it down. He's just looks like he's just able to maintain that gap.
Final lap now. Give me
Just
the
by sticking with it, he's still now P17.
Yep, just as Max starts the final lap,
Yeah.
so
Is Conor Beer going to have a chance here? He's got one more lap.
interesting. I don't think he's going to get close enough. He's kind of reliant on Shug making a mistake, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Foster's led the whole race, I think, hasn't he?
Yeah. It's been a great display from him in challenging conditions.
Definitely.
You
And
know, it's been wet all the way
it's
through.
not just racing for himself, just racing for a team as well in these conditions. It's holding your nerve, even when you got the pace. Got another fantastic drive. He seems to be doing that every time he races in one of our races, doesn't he?
Yeah. Representing SLR. I think it was just him and Simon for SLR this evening, wasn't it?
Mackay was there as well, but he left, I think.
Ah,
Cousins looks like he's going to get P3. He's pulled well away from Lico. Really great drive as well from him.
who is
Lico,
Lico?
Vecina, Kinsey. They've been very close all day, haven't they? All race.
Yeah, it was a good battle. Yeah, I would
Close at different times of the race, but
I would imagine. Well, whilst this takes it out of everybody, I would imagine Cousins, Lico, Vicino, Kinsey, yeah, probably mentally exhausted after the opening 50 minutes they had.
yeah. And Williams is unfortunate. Probably would have had P3 on another day.
Yep, Max just coming round the last corner.
Yeah, we got him just in front of Williams, who's going to finish the race.
I wonder if that was
So he's
tactical
lapped.
for Williams, just letting him by so he gets the checkered flag here.
Get it right, get this race finished. I'll have my P7. But yeah, congratulations, Max. Gets the minute. He's got another point for fastest lap as well.
Yep. Brings home that team championship. I think we can say that, can't we?
I think it's in the bag now. Yeah, it's Kinsey can't finish less than 6th. So yeah, Intercon have won this season.
Yeah. And then the guys that are still out there, there's not much happening now. It's just got Cousins, Lico, Messina, and Kinsey just bringing
Seeing the
cars
flag
home.
now, isn't it? Got comes over the line.
There's a flash of the lights and a wiggle. Good second place from him. Had to work for that.
Yep. Cousins for the Euro team comes third. There's a bit of a guessing game who was going to get that third throughout the whole race, wasn't it? It was changing hands a lot.
Yeah, it was very exciting to watch at times. There was about 4 or 5 of them all within a second. Could have put a blanket over them. There's Lico comes across in 4th. Cena 5th. Good drive from him. Good drive from
Yeah, he
him.
was really struggling at some points in practice. He put it all together on race day. Kinsey P6, great drive.
Still got-
Potentially a driver a day at Candidate. I'm sure there's lots of them out there, but Porsche wasn't the favoured car for this event, and he had a great quality and a good race as well.
Yeah, I think there is a lot of people
So
you
team
could suggest.
photos going on.
Oh,
Williams, Lico.
Oh, yeah. How cute of
So
them.
there's the race.
Yep. It's a great
Did you
race
go through the
from...
whole order? Do you want to just finish it off from Gillies onwards? I think it was, wasn't it?
Alright, so yeah, we got Gillies 8th, Unsworth 9, Liana Victus 10th, Goldie 11th, Conybeer 12th, Hatcher 13th, Creek 14th, Broom 15th, Privet 16th, but 50 seconds behind him, Gruner 17th, Lonely 17th, Zielikowski 18th, Armstrong 19th, and Skunky 20th. That's as far down as I can see, I think. But and I'm not sure if we had.
Yeah. Skunky will get points, but I don't think anyone afterwards will. I can't see any further like you. But
Well, we got Syme was 21st, 26 laps down.
Yeah,
Mackay,
it's too
22nd, 39 laps in Richmond. Thought the race started at 9, jumped in the server, then jumped out. So
yeah. Anyway, we'll catch up with you again on Thursday. So we've got to confirm all the results, but it looks like congratulations to Intercon team. But we'll have to, obviously it's a provisional result until we sort of incidents out. So all that will be confirmed in due course on the Discord. If anyone fancies driving M2 this week, it's the last round. Be good to see some good numbers.
and it's at Zolder, which would be a great track for a couple of sprint races in an M2.
And also, yeah, last Intercon race of the season next week. So we'll start getting details for next season out, and yeah, you'll see that in due course. Anyway, we've been here a long time, so we'll leave it there.
Okay.
Good night, everyone.
I'll speak to you Thursday.
Catch you next time.
Bye.